Well, welcome to part 2 of our awning and light installation. Parts arrived pretty quick. This company's not sponsoring this video or anything like that, but I bought it from a company called RecPro. I got the lights, the retainer, and this comes in 4-foot strips that you clean, and it's self-adhesive, and it says get it right because it says once it's on, it's not coming off. They shipped it real quick. I got it, this and the awning all arrived in less than a week. However, we've had a week of non-stop rain. We get a 3-day weekend, and the first 2 days was just a torrential downpour. So today it's clear out. It's not bad at all. So we are going to install the lights. I don't know if I'll get around to the canopy. I got a lot of other stuff I got to get done today. But first thing on the lights, it says to clean using a 3M cleaner or similar. I have some engine degreaser that I'm going to use, and I'm going to go clean where these are going to get stuck. Bear with me, I'll be back in a short minute. Okay, so we're up here cleaning. I've already done some. They do recommend you get the light as close up under the awning as possible so that it's protected from the elements. As you might have noticed from the first video, our original lights were actually part of the awning. They were on a extrusion that came on the awning. These lights have their own extrusion, so they won't actually be part of the awning. They'll be under the awning. A little bit of engine degreaser. Get it up under there. Clean this real well. Then we'll have a dry one. As with most maintenance, it's pretty straightforward. You just don't want to skip any of the recommended steps. And if you put this up on a layer of dirt, even if you can't see it, eventually the adhesive is going to give way and your lights are going to come down. Seal around the speakers. We never really use the outside speakers. And you can hear puppies in the background. They like being out, but they don't like being ignored. Anyway. Okay, so that is clean. Now to start putting the strips up. I'm going to have you hold these, Laura.
Where can I stand that I'm not in your video?
Yeah, just stand back here. I'm going to start this because I might have to cut them to length. But I'm going to start at this end where the power is. Nice thing is, because of the design of this siding, gives me a nice line to make sure I got this straight. That's going to want to go on there like that. So, let's see how this goes. Take the backing off. Now, I'm not taking all the backing off. I'm just going to get it started. I'll give myself a little bit of room. And then doesn't have to be 100% perfect, but you want to try to get it somewhat straight so it doesn't look all wavy. Like I say, luckily because of the design of the siding, I've kind of got built-in guidelines. I will say that sticks pretty damn good. Drop that down there. Get the next one. I'll probably speed the video up on this so you're not watching me fiddle with this, but then you want to butt this up. Get that just, whoop. You want to make sure you get that nice and straight. And this right here was where the old one burnt up, right there. That's not going anywhere. This is fairly rigid, so it's not like it's flopping around, so it kind of wants to set straight anyway, which is kind of nice. And we'll get to the other side of the door. Close. Now I gotta say, I don't know if it's because we bought a 2022, which was still kind of suffering from lack of COVID experience, or because the manufacturers knew that they could sell everything that they could manufacture without caring about quality. I gotta say, I'm not that impressed in general with the overall quality. There were a lot of nagging little issues that the manufacturer, or the dealer in this case, can't be bothered to correct. Luckily I'm handy so I can do it myself. Prior RV, our first one was built by Venture Sonic, and although we did have some minor issues, nothing on the scale that we've had with this thing. And I gotta say, overall I think the design had some features that I much preferred. It's a pity they don't do this floor plan or something similar to this floor plan. And I like this siding. I know a lot of people like the one-piece fiberglass siding. My only complaint with it was in no time at all it would get black streaks or gray streaks on it, and it was just a real pain to keep clean. It would also reflect every deviation, every little bump and bulge would show up. So I actually like this siding a lot better, and it's a lot more rigid. You can see that. Okay, the next piece I'm going to have to cut down. So let me go get a pen. So I'm going to have to mark it. Let's see if I get the step ladder a bit more secure. At least while we had the rain, I was able to start cleaning up my garage. And the nice thing about that is I can now find stuff. Oh, why not stuck there here? So, I'll put the trim to about there. Okay, I'm gonna go cut that, and I'll be right back. All right, now then, I need. You go give him some toys or something. Be quiet. Okay, let's see how that fits. Fit there nicely. Take this one out.
Put it.
Sometimes the biggest challenge is getting the backing off. Doesn't want to come off that end. There we go. Alright. We're gonna pop that up to there. Like that. Not too shabby. Okay. So the trimmer's up there. Now I need to go see what I got to do to install the lights, which will start at the wiring end. So I'll put the ladder back on this end. And we'll probably okay, the lights come on a spool, so you can just unravel them. There's no connector, it's just wires that I'm going to have to as you can see here, it's just wires. You get a fairly long piece. I'm not going to need that much length. So once it's up there and I've got the lights in the trim, I'll be able to cut those and connect. So let's go up the ladder. I don't know how I'm going to need two hands for this, but I wanted to just give you a close-up. So I gave myself about an inch to where the lights are going to go in. This wire here will get cut and I will splice into that. There's my trim all the way down. Goes all the way down there to the end. Looks pretty good. And all you do with this is, it's quite flexible. It's encapsulated in silicone. It feels pretty good quality. So you just pop it into that trim. So I'm going to put the camera down and I'm going to do that. Okay, as you can see, it started. I just need to put one finger and it just pushes right in to the trim. I'm liking the fact that they're encased in silicone. It's nice and flexible. Okay, it's as simple as that to install the light into the trim. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so as you can see, I've got about 1.5 feet extra, and I need to cut it there. So the nearest cut point, get it in focus, is right there. So I'm going to cut that there, and then on the end is this cap. It's actually siliconed on. I'm going to have to peel that off. See if I can get in front of the window. I'm going to have to peel that off and glue it over to the end to give it some weather protection. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, so this is the original wiring. Had a connector on the end. This is my new wiring. So I'm going to need to trim this so it's not too long. It can come up and in there. And I'm going to have to trim that, and then I have some connectors, some waterproof connectors that I use them on my boat. So I'm going to cut this, trim that, and I'm going to hook up the wiring. So I'll be back when that's done. I'm not going to record that, but you'll see the finished result. Okay, the connections are made. All I needed was some wire cutters, wire strippers, and these heat shrink connectors. I use these on my boat. They're waterproof. They're good. They're soldered, so they should be good to go. So now I can just tuck that in there. All right, it'll be safe. And then I've got a short little piece of plastic. I'll just try to do this single-handedly. Not easy to do with one hand. Like that. The wire back in there. And that's really all you get to protect the wire. And that's it. So now for the big test. As my daughter goes in to turn the lights on, let's see if they work. And look at that. All the way down. Now I do have to check a few things, but bear with me. And just like that, I have a fully functioning light strip. I won't be doing the canopy today. I got some other stuff I've got to do, but the canopy replacement will be in our part 3 video. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe. And total time, probably less than an hour. Very easy to do. I'll put a link in my description to the company I bought the lights from and the canopy. Canopy and lights combined was probably, I think it was less than $200. I'll find out what I paid for the canopy and the lights, and I'll post that as well in the description. Because I've seen some of these where the manufacturers, they want $1,500 for lights and canopy, and that's just ridiculous. Anyway, there you go. Lights are in and working.